Welcome to the beautiful forests of eastern Belgium. The beautiful landscape known for the mountainous regions of Belgium, known for the famous Racetrack spa, which is not far from here, and a lost place that I'm currently heading to, a sanatorium, or it was a sanatorium. And I'm currently hiking through the woods, and I'm approaching it from the back side, and I want to check it out, what it looks like today, what is its history, and yeah, let's see how it goes. These past couple of months we had a lot of rain in this area, in this forest, and you may have seen or heard about the floods that have been going on again in the news. But look at this tree, how because of all this water, all of this rain, how it's growing. You can see from afar the different shades in green color. That's pretty cool, and you can even see it on the bigger ones. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but that is actually pretty nice to look at. Usually they had, the last couple of summers, they had a little bit of a problem that the forests are too dry. Well, they can't claim it about this summer. Everything is coming along nice and green, the trees. Yeah, just something I wanted to show. Look at that view. It's actually really gorgeous. These mountains, and then these mountains in the back, and you can see how green the grass is. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but yeah, it's really beautiful. Look at what's in front of me. Well, this is it. This is the sanatorium right next to me. It's completely fenced up, and I'm not going to trespass it. I'm not interested in getting myself a lawsuit for having entered it. If it is closed up, it's closed up. I'm not gonna make my way into it, but I didn't see a sign or anything that I can't walk around. Basically right up to the fence, which is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna observe it from here. Hello. The ceiling is leaking. This sanatorium behind me was built in the late 19th century and early 20th century. So in the years of like 1899 to 1903. And in those days, sanatoriums were basically a special form of hospital. They were usually built in rural areas, and they were specialized in treating things like tuberculosis or addictions like alcoholism or drugs and things like that. And they built these things in the forest, in the woods, because for one, you have fresh air, you don't have the dirty city air, and you just don't have the city chaos or the vibrant environment of the city, but instead you have this calm nature environment. And for that reason, because that apparently helps treating people, and I can see why, they have built these sanatoriums always kind of in isolated places, so to say. And here in Belgium, the region that I'm in is quite mountainous, it's quite natural, so I can see why they built it right here. And right behind me is basically the front view of this thing. the sanatorium right next to me. I don't know how long it's not been in use anymore for medical reasons, but from 2010 to 2013, according to research on the internet, this building right behind me was used as a place for asylum people, asylum seekers. They would reside in there, but ever since, the people have left in 2013 and there has been no use for this until now, or up until now, should say. The windows are gone completely from back there, and at least on the pictures when I checked it out, it still had windows up front. Right now it's all gone. There's graffiti everywhere, so people have vandalized it a bit. And yeah, as I said, I'm not gonna enter it. I could enter it, I know even where, I've seen a gap, but I'm not gonna do it. This fence right here, it says it is electric. It is not electric. It is, I think, just to scare people off, but I'm not gonna show you where you can enter this thing, but I've seen a gap, but as I said before, I'm not gonna enter it. I'm not interested in getting a lawsuit. This obviously is under surveillance of some sort of someone is still responsible for this. I find it kind of sad. I hope, you know, if you close it off, I hope they have some plans to actually do something with it. Maybe fix the place up and do something nice out of it. Maybe a resort or something. But to just close it off and leave it lost, well, is that really helping anything? Let people explore it. Urbex people are the last ones to vandalize anything that is kind of code of conduct. But it is what it is. Here we have an entrance to a side building of the whole thing that has seen better days. That's what it looks like. The roof is starting to collapse. We have a hole right there, and this is just an empty hall on the first floor. Alright, I'm back on the road again, and yeah, we've seen the sanatorium, but I now actually have a different place that I want to check out, and that is the Spa Racetrack, which is not far from here. I put in my navigation, it's about 15 minutes from here, so might as well try to check that out as well while we're here, right? And as I'm driving along the country roads to my next destination, look what I found in the distance. I'm not sure if you can pick it up, but there is the sanatorium where we just were, sitting right there in the mountains. And along this little trail, I'm making my way now to the Spa Racetrack. Now obviously I'm not gonna get in walk through the main entrance, because only people that have booked tickets and things like that will get there. But I want to see if I can, if I get to see the track from the back. So once again, just like with the Sanatorium, we're gonna approach it from the back and see how it goes, see what we will see. For now, I'm walking through mud again, just like before. I'm used to it by now. So we will see what the situation is once we get there. On the map I've seen should be a bike path, I guess, that is going along it. So we will see. Maybe there's an event going on, who knows. I can already hear the track. I'm heading towards it. It must be somewhere ahead of me. I just heard cars going by with loud engines. Well, I think it was motorcycles. It sounded more like motorcycles. So I think that it's not that far anymore. I'm walking along these fields. I don't know if you can hear the cars. I don't know if the mic picks it up, but I can hear it. It's coming somewhere from there. That's where the sound comes from. Now there's a bridge over there, because there's a highway going by, but no way it's the highway this loud. It's definitely the racetrack. So it'll be interesting to see what I get to see from the track. Far in the distance you can see the bridge. I don't know if the camera picks it up, but somewhere just down there in between the trees is where the racetrack is. I can clearly hear it. Alright, so a Rouge is basically right behind these trees. I'm gonna see if I can get closer to it. The forest there has been cut, so obviously has seen better days. We can see all the logs lying over there. And here we have some small creek. Quite interesting what is around this place. In the back we have the bridge of the highway. And that's it. Let's see what else we can see once we get closer. Well, as you may be able to hear, right next to me is the racetrack. It's right behind this little hill. So I'm gonna try to see if I can find a spot where you can see something. But it's really a surreal experience to... Oh, look at this. Look at the water gushing down from this hill. You can almost take a shower here. Absolutely wild. Down here we have a puddle already, and this is just dripping down. Looks really, really cool. Well, anyways, I'm trying to find a space where I can see something actually from the track, but it's quite surreal. On the Hockenheimring, I was in a forest, but you know, you couldn't hear anything. You could hear the track in the distance, the current layout, but the old layout was completely quiet, was completely nature. But now, right here, I mean, you can hear the engine and you hear it screaming. You know there's a racetrack right next to you. Well, and since the racing facility is basically right here, so you cannot cross it. It says right here that there's a surveillance camera. They are all over the place. And this is basically it. This is an entrance, so you should not cross it without permission, obviously. But this is the track, right there. You can only see the grandstand so far. And the pit lane and stuff, I can kind of see people walking around there. But yeah, that's Spa. I'm still gonna try to find a better spot to actually see something. So Rouge is right ahead of me. obviously some sort of event is going on here. These are not tourist rides, but the grandstands are empty, so it's not a big event, I guess, or not a known event, but definitely something going on. And I'm walking along a bike path right next to it. If you want to have a good view of a Rouge but don't have enough money for the grandstand to sit there, I think I found a spot for you. This is probably the best one you will find of a Rouge. And just down here to my left, where a car just went by, we have it used to be called bus stop. Is it still called bus stop? Bus stop chicane? I don't know if it's still called that, but well, here's definitely the chicane that also has the pit entrance. So I guess it's still called bus stop chicane. And we have some nice rocks on the way down. Pretty scenic, actually. Check this out. Some guys are hanging out on the rock down there, so I think those are camera guys from the track, I would assume. I doubt they are trespassers, but because it says everywhere on this fence that if you trespass it, there is an automatic alarm system, and they will know that somebody has crossed it and where and whatnot. Maybe it's just fear mongering, who knows, to keep people from doing stupid shit, but I don't think so. An active racetrack is way too serious for that. As I'm walking down this bike path, which is right next to the track is basically right behind these cliffs. I can't imagine how beautiful it is right here. It's pretty wild, actually. I didn't think of that. Occasionally I have some cliffs to my right, and you have water dripping from them. And they drip into this small creek that runs right next to me. Here it is. It's all the time right next to this bike path, just down there. And the racetrack is a bit down there, so I can't see it for now. Maybe I can get a better view of it later. But anyways, it's pretty beautiful. It looks really cool when it's dripping down the water. It has something relaxing to itself, and that is just absolutely great. And for now I'm trying to find a different place where I can actually watch the track again, see something I left behind the Rouge corner and the whole grandstand and the main area, basically, let's call it that. And Rouge basically just means red water, and to my knowledge there is a river, or a creek I should say, it's really a creek, that is called Rouge. I think that is the story of why the corner is called like that. And I'm just questioning myself whether this creek right next to me here, once these bikers have passed, if this creek right next to me is what a Rouge is, or whether it's connected to it, I have no idea, but would definitely be interesting to check on the map if it is. But anyways, let's continue on. and see if we can find another corner. I can hear the cars being louder again, so it sounds like I'm approaching something, or I'm coming closer to the track again. So let's see if I can find some good view of something. And down there is a go-kart track just in the back over there. Not sure if you can see it, but it's just go-karts going around, so the next generation of drivers training around. There is the view. I can see a small glimpse of a corner there. I'm not sure which one it is. If it's the one after the main straight, I would assume, but I have no idea. I can't tell from here.